Cycle 3 assessment. Question 1. Which of the following is a fact that can be supported by the reading passage below? A. Areas without food required the nomads to move to another location. B. Nomads required a good supply of lumber from trees to build their homes. C. Women gathered plants while men hunted food. D. Nomads refrigerated their gathered food. The nomad. Thousands of years before civilizations developed writing, people who lived with no permanent homes. They were called nomads. They hunted and fished for food. They also gathered plants that could later be eaten. Nomads moved from one location to another. They needed to move when plants or animals were scarce. Their survival depended on finding these necessities every day. Number 2. In the Old Stone Age, before 6000 BCE, the Neanderthals did all of the following, except what? A. Farm land. B. Make jewelry. C. Walk upright. D. Use tools. Number 3. Rising global temperatures, drier areas to cultivate grasses, small population boom, domestication of animals. All of the above activities are causes for which of the following events? A. Rise and fall of the Roman Empire, 1st century BCE to 5th century AD. B. Neolithic Revolution 10,000 years ago. C. Global warming of the 20th to 21st centuries. D. Industrial Revolution of the 18th and 19th centuries. Number 4. The Roman Forum was located at the center of ancient Rome. It was a gathering place where public events were held. Soon the Forum grew to also include merchant shops, temples, and government buildings. The Forum became the religious, economic, and government center for Rome. Based on the above information, how did the Forum contribute to Roman civilization? A. Instead of being solely focused on commerce, the Forum also fulfilled cultural needs of Romans. B. The Forum provided cheaper prices for Romans than other markets. C. Government buildings were the focus of the Forum, showcasing the power of the Roman government. D. Forum ruins can still be found today because they were so well built. Number 5. Mother of all, eldest of all beings, she feeds all creatures that are in the world, all that go upon the goodly land, and all that are in the paths of the seas, and all that fly, all these are fed to her store. Through you, O Queen, men are blessed in their children and blessed in their harvests, and to you it belongs to give to me, to give means of life to mortal men, and to take it away. Homer, which value of Greek civilization is reflected in this hymn? The Greeks believed that gods and goddesses were involved in natural events. B. The Greeks believed that humans became gods and goddesses after death. C. The Greeks believed that gods and goddesses were at war with humans. D. The Greeks believed that gods and goddesses needed sacrifices offered by humans to stay alive. Number 6. Review the two categories of protection from invasion and degree of cultural diffusion in the table below. What can we assume from the information? A. Geography can protect from invasion but may isolate a culture from others. B. The Nile River brought many invasions from seafaring cultures. C. The desert of Egypt encouraged trade with other cultures. D. The constant warfare experienced by Mesopotamia was a result of its desert isolation. Okay, now we're looking at a chart. Does not have a title. In the left column it says main rivers, yearly flooding timetable, protection from invasion, degree of cultural diffusion. In the next column it says Mesopotamia. First row is blank, then it says irregular, open, constant warfare, great. In the last column it says Egypt, the Nile, the next row is blank, desert, few invasions, and little. Number 7. The life of early humans is difficult to understand. This is because humans did not leave us A. Everyday tools, B. Stone jewelry, C. Written records, D. Cave drawings. Number 8. Which is an example of the work of an anthropologist? A. Teaching modern methods of governing. B, questioning people about religious beliefs and practices. D, searching for mineral deposits. D, predicting business trends. Number 9. Which social scientist would be most interested in the excavation of the ruins of an ancient village? A, an archaeologist. B, a sociologist. C, a historian. D, an economist. Number 10. What would a culture that is geographically isolated probably do? A, welcome new ideas. B, change slowly. C, have no class differences. D, have a democracy. Number 11. What should people of different cultures do better to understand each other? A, look at the world from each other's viewpoint. B, change slowly. C, have no class differences. D, have a democracy. Number 12. Which is the best description of culture? A, it is learned and shared within a specific society. B, it is hereditary and passed through generation. C, it is identical in every country a traveler can visit. D, it is taught by people from one country to those in another country. 13. What did hieroglyphics and cuneiform systems provide the basis for the development for? A, recorded history. B, painting and sculpture. C, oral traditions. D, subsistence farming. Number 14. What is true about India? A, they had ziggurats. B, it is settled by the Nile River. C, they make mummies. D, the ruler is not at the top of the caste system. Number 15. How was the ancient India civilization similar to the ancient civilization of Mesopotamia and China? A, were provided by flooding of major rivers. B, they were protected from invasion by deserts. C, experienced a constant invasion due to open geography. Or D, had monsoon winds that affected crops. 16. One of China's great rivers is the Huanghe. It is located in the northern part of China. The Chinese refer to the Huanghe as China's sorrow. What does this nickname indicate about China's rivers? A, dries up most of the year and is a good source of farmland. B, has a history of violent flooding, killing many. C, provides regular irrigation into surrounding areas. D, has served as a good, reliable transportation link. 17. There are two forms of the Chinese language, one written and one spoken. In the written language, each symbol stands for an idea, not a sound as in English. Thus, throughout China, the written language was the same, even though people spoke different Chinese dialects throughout the empire. What would having one system of writing probably encourage the Chinese to do? A, unify throughout the empire. B, trade with foreigners. C, express themselves with art. D, demonstrate regional differences. Number 18. A lasting civilization occurred along the Nile River in Egypt. How did the Nile River impact Egypt's development? A, lost interest in agriculture. B, invaded Europe. C, became a center of trade. D, developed a democracy. 19. Important long-term contributions of ancient Greek and Roman civilizations are primarily found in what areas? A, economic policy and planning. B, government and law. C, religious doctrine. D, military technology. Number 20. What are the ancient Athenians accredited with? A, inventing the printing press. B, inventing and using the wheel. C, eliminating slavery. D, establishing governments that had democratic elements. 21. What is true of either Sparta or Athens? In Athens, women could own land and boys went to the military at age 7. In Sparta, women had more rights and it was an oligarchy. C, in Sparta, arts and education were highly valued. Or D, in Athens, women had more rights and it was a monarchy. Number 22. What can you say to defend the actions of the Senate to kill Caesar? A, Caesar was right, so they should not have killed him. B, their actions would have led to a monarchy. C, Caesar was taking a weak and dangerous ruler. Or D, Caesar was getting too powerful and going to take control. Number 23. What is the ancient name for the current region of Iraq? A, Constantinople. B, Carthage. C, Ganges. D, Mesopotamia. Number 24. From the vantage point above the Earth, scientists can study two ribbons of green cutting across the white desert landscape. The southern edge is called the Euphrates River. It has been given a name that means land between the rivers. What is this area called? A. Ganges Plain, B. Sierra Madre, C. Mesopotamia, D. Mongolian Plateau. Number 25. The method of farming for ancient Egyptians followed a pattern of flood, plant, harvest. This repetition of behavior leads us to understand the yearly flooding timetable for the Nile must be A. irregular, B. regular, C. unknown, D. unpredictable. 26. Two outstanding contributions of Rome to civilizations were in A. literature and medicine, B. painting and drama, C. engineering and law, D. music and military tactics. Number 27. What was an immediate result of the fall of the Roman Empire? A. a renewed interest in education and the arts, B. a period of disorder and weak central government, C. an increase in trade and manufacturing, D. the growth of cities and dominance by the middle class. 28. What does Judaism, Islam, and Christianity share a belief in? A. the central authority of the Pope, B. a prohibition of the consumption of pork, C. reincarnation and the Four Noble Truths, D. monotheism and ethical conduct. Number 29. What contribution did Mansa Musa make to the religion of the Mali Empire? A. He used customs and beliefs from the many local religions in the empire to create a new religion. B. He converted to Islam and made it the official religion of the empire. C. He established laws to create religious tolerance throughout the empire, which led to the introduction of Islam. D. He used the empire's vast trade routes and its conquest to increase the spread of local religions. Brief constructed responses. Answer your questions on a separate piece of paper. Number 30. How has the geography of the Indus River Valley impacted ancient India? The map says ancient river valley civilizations, and it is a key at the bottom that says ancient river valley civilizations, and they are highlighted in this dark color. 31. Our plan of government favors many instead of the few. That is why it's called a democracy. As for social standing, advancement is open to everyone according to ability. While every citizen has an equal opportunity to serve the public, we reward our most distinguished citizens by asking them to make our political decisions. Nor do we discriminate against the poor. A man may serve his country no matter how low his position on the social scale. Pericles' funeral oration given to the Athenians in 430 BCE. Identify two characteristics of the Athenian government. 32. As we have seen, only male citizens who were 18 years or older could speak, at least in theory, and vote in the assembly, whilst positions such as magistrates and jurors were limited to those over 30 years of age. Therefore, women, slaves, and resident foreigners were excluded from the political process. Compare the requirements for citizenship in Greek society using above quote. Do you think citizenship was equal? Why or why not? 33. The Brahmins, the priestly class born from the mouth of Brahma. The Krishnas, warriors and rulers, senators, presidents, majors, born from the chest of Brahma. The Vaishyas, farmers, merchants, lawyers, doctors. The Sudras, unskilled workers, born from the feet of Brahma. Other subcastes, up to 3,000 subcastes, with the untouchables at the bottom. How did Buddhism impact Indian society? 34. The 5 pillars of Islam. Once a Muslim, each member must carry out 5 essential duties called the 5 pillars of faith. They are listed below. Shahadat, a Muslim must acknowledge that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his prophet. Salat, a Muslim must pray 5 times daily facing Mecca, at dawn, at noon, and in the mid-afternoon, at dusk, and after dark. Zakat, or almsgiving, each Muslim must give charity and help the needy, must pay a zakat to the government. Saman, a Muslim must fast for the month of Ramadan. During the fasting month, one must refrain from eating, drinking, smoking, and sexual intercourse from dawn until sunset. Hajj, a Muslim must make a pilgrimage to Mecca. Every adult Muslim who is physically and financially able to do so must make this pilgrimage at least once in his or her lifetime. What duties does each Muslim have according to the 5 pillars? 35. Why is Jerusalem a holy city in Judaism? Be sure to provide details and examples in your answer.